Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, it's been a crazy morning. So I was just thinking about my very first client, right? And I was going through and I was just thinking back, like, it is crazy to me. So, first of all, I want to say this. And a lot of people won't tell y'all this, and a lot of people won't say, like, what is really happening or what really happened. But the truth is, it took me like a year to get my first client. Okay. My first paid client. Why? When I first started out a few years ago, I was inconsistent. I was afraid to show my face on camera. I had an idea of like what I wanted and the business that I wanted to start and what I wanted to do for people. But the truth is, I had like 50 ideas. So I didn't really know and I didn't really have clarity on it yet. So I was like all over the place. I was like, you need this? Okay, cool, got it. You need that? Okay, cool, got it. You need a logo branding? Okay, cool, got it. I'm a graphic designer. You need consulting? Okay, cool, got it. I can help with that. You need a website design? Okay, cool, got it. I can help with that. Like everything. I was all over the place. Okay. It was wild. I was crazy. And honestly, I was overwhelmed. I wasn't even sure about myself, like about my own branding, who I was, how I could get specific, what I wanted to create, what I wanted to bring to the table, right? It was crazy. Like, I had done it before, but I wasn't known for this. I was a teacher, so I was like, what do I know? Nobody's gonna want to hear from me. Nobody's gonna listen to this. Nobody's gonna wanna pay attention to what I have to say, right? And there were even times when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get started. And then before I could fail, I would just quit. Like I would be like, okay, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. I want to have this many clients, or I want to make this much money, or I want to do this thing. And before I could like fail at it, before I could find myself not reaching my goals, I would just quit. I would just be like, you know what, forget it. I don't even want to do it no more. Like that was my thing. I don't even want to do it no more. Forget it. I'm done. And the crazy thing about that is like even though I kept doing that, like I would just do it, walk away, regroup, come back and try again. And I started like feeling down about it, right? Like I started feeling sad about it, but I just kept doing it anyway. I just kept doing it anyway, kept going anyway, kept trying anyway, kept just doing my best, right? And so a year into just doing this on and off and trying, quitting and redoing and revamping and changing the logo, changing the site, doing all these different things, right? None of it was working. And I just kept trying and I kept doing it. And I eventually came across this lady. And this lady, she was amazing. We instantly clicked, and everything that I had been praying for, like she had said it, it came out of her mouth. So I was like, this has to be it. This has to work. This has to do. So we spoke, we kept speaking, and eventually we she became my first client. I'll never forget the day she signed up, the day that payment hit, like when that payment hit my account, I went wild. I was like, "Oh my god," my heart sank. I felt like this weight off of my shoulders, like, "I can really do this, like, I can get paid to do this, like, this is a real thing." I like, "What?" what? And I remember just like I wanted to jump around, I wanted to scream, like I felt so happy, I felt so free. And I like totally bombed it. I totally bombed it. Like everything I thought that I needed to have, I didn't have when I was working for her. Everything that I thought that I needed to do, I didn't do to obtain her as a client. Everything that I thought that I needed to say, I didn't say. It all went out the window. I couldn't even remember what I had said. Everything, everything that I thought that I needed to be, I wasn't. I was just really genuinely being myself. And that's what got me to her. And not just being myself in that moment, but consistently being myself over the time that we worked together, over the time that from the moment that we met, the way that we met, it was all just so very genuine. And that's what attracted her. The fact that I was myself, the fact that she felt like she could trust me because didn't have anything to hide. And I said that to say, like, there are people out there that are feeling like they don't know how to present themselves, and they don't know how to keep going, and they don't know how to be consistent. And I came across this verse in James 1, and basically it just says that it's not about being perfect. It's not about never being tested. Like it's not about everything going your way, right? It's about the fact that you persevere. It's not perfection, it's perseverance. Like keeping going when things get hard, because they will, and loving yourself enough to, even when you walk away, to come back to it, to listen to what God says, and not just hear it in your ears and walk away for good, but actually come back or stick with it and do it, right? To actually act it out, to actually take what I wrote is imperfect action. And don't forget that when God tells you to do something, when you do your part, He'll take care of the rest, right? So just do it. Just get out there, put yourself out there imperfectly, crap falling, noise being made, screaming in the beginning, not feeling like everything is going your way, right? Um, but just doing it. Before I started this live stream, I felt so crazy because my thing wasn't working, and it said I didn't pay, and I was like, what the heck, yo? Like I paid for this thing. And so I paid for it again, but it turns out I had logged in with the wrong email, and it let me. And so I now have 2 accounts on this thing that I just logged in with, that I stream with. And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I feel crazy because none of my stuff was on there. I'm getting on late, and I'm doing all these things, and I'm like, "Man, this is ridiculous. Nobody's going to want to hear this now. I'm not even feeling it anymore, right?" But I got on and I did it anyway, and now here I am feeling it. I'm doing it, and I just know that there's somebody out there who's feeling the same way, who's needing these words of encouragement, who's doing the same thing, right? Somebody out there needs you. Somebody out there is looking for you. Somebody out there is waiting for you to be who you are supposed to be. Somebody out there is waiting to hear you speak. Somebody out there is waiting to listen to you teach. Somebody out there is in need of your products or your services or whatever the case may be. Okay. So don't just listen. This 2022, we are no longer just listening to what God tells you to do, but go away and actually be who He tells you to be. Actually do the things, take action, make decisions, live right. I love y'all.